Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the VTOL VR. Awesome. Now, this is a flight simulator with quite a heavy aspect on the simulation side, and it is in beautiful VR. And as we look around the cockpit here, you can see we have all these dials here that are all interactive completely. And I have the knuckles controllers, so we can actually get in here and control all these things in here. We can eject, we can do all these controls on here, we can move the joystick and everything else. And we have this brilliant little camera here so that you can get a closer look, and I can move this around and you get a better idea of what's going on. Now, I've had a few goes on this, and this game is not easy, but then again, we don't want it to be. We want a simulation game, and with Flight Simulator 2020 coming out, I thought this might be good because we know that game is going to be coming in VR. Now, I can move the camera here so that you can get a better view and have a look at different things around the cockpit. In fact, you can almost, as well, if I move this, you can see my feet down here are controlled by the rudder, by the stick, like this. Let's get you back up there. And the other advantage actually with this camera system is that it has a smoothing system and a much wider FOV than I have in the helmet, but I have actually got this helmet on and I can see it within my peripheral vision, which just makes it fantastic. So for now, what we're going to do is we're going to follow this basic tutorial, which is a second tutorial. The first one was on how to actually get this aircraft up and running and get the engine started, and well, you can see how difficult or how easy this can be as we jump in. So let's get you a little bit further out, and you should be able to see a little bit more of what I'm doing. And I can actually click on here and I can see on my little screen here what you're looking at. So let's begin. Press and hold up on the throttle control system, which is this throttle down here. And what we're going to do is I'm going to move this back. We're going to move that back. So as we hold on to this now, I can move. If we get the brakes on, you should be able to see out there, we can move that to the vertical position.
Release the brakes and slightly lift the throttle lever. We'll start to roll. Apply small amounts of throttle or brakes to control your speed. Don't go too fast.
Okay, so we're letting the brakes off.
Move to the marked waypoints.
And we are going to roll forward. Now, the immersion here is absolutely fantastic, being able to actually look around as we're moving here. And I can control the brakes on the hood there. Brilliant. I do find that the knuckle controller hurts my thumb somewhat when I'm turning. But if I look down towards my feet there, just get some brake on, we can control it by twisting the joystick here. So we're going to just come forward, give it a little bit of throttle, and then we're going to turn right here. So there we go. A little bit more brake. We may be going a little bit fast here. And we'll turn it around here. Great sense of depth here as I look up towards the mountains. They do look massive and far away as well. Get a little bit more brake on here. And we're probably going to be going left here now onto the taxi, so I'll take a bit more brake. In fact, I'm going to completely let go of the throttle for now. We should be able to just cruise over here onto the taxi. Let's just get ourselves a little bit in a better alignment there. And there we go.
Okay, stop here. Throttle down and hold the throttle brake trigger.
Okay, we're just going to get ourselves onto the runway.
Conventional takeoff.
And we'll turn ourselves here.
Take the brake lock so you can free up your hands. Remember, if your hands are locked to the controls, you have to tap the grip buttons to release them.
So we've got full block on there, and now we're going to take this here.
Set the flaps
and now we can let go. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this back on so that I can see the camera. I might just get you a little bit there. I don't know if that's a better view for you, but anyway, you should get a wider aspect now. So what we're going to be doing now is we're going to be putting the flaps down to 1.
Make sure all flight assists are enabled. They should be already.
Flight assists are enabled.
Double check that the engines are tilted all the way forward. The indicator should read 0. Now grab the throttle again and hold the brakes.
So you can see on the heads-up display there, tilt 0, which is actually the angle of the thrusters back there. And as if I look back, you can see here, we will be taking infantry at some point back there. In fact, if I move the camera, I might be able to show you. There will be infantry eventually back there than when we'll be doing these missions. This is more of a transport vehicle, although this vehicle does actually have some weapons, but this is more based on transport, I think, and the other vehicles eventually we will build up to. Yeah. Right. So now what are we going to do? We're going to grab the throttle and put the brakes on.
Left hand. You can disable the brake lock with your right hand. Okay, now taxi onto runway 20.
We're already on, but we're going to move it up just a little bit. Just give it a little bit of throttle there. There we go. And we are pretty much lined up here anyway, so we should be good to go. Slow it down a little bit.
Now to take off, raise the throttle to full and steer to keep aligned with the runway. Keep speeding up, straight down the runway.
I'm just going to put the brakes on for now. I'll let go of this throttle, and there is settings up here for cockpit lights, bay lights, and instrument lights. And as you can see, they are lighting up here. It is a little bit on the dark side, and we also probably should have our strobe light on. Navigational lights should be on. Landing lights, no, we don't need those. What else have we got up here? Cockpit light. Oh, let's leave that off because it makes the control panels look a little bit nicer. And I'm just going to let's have a look. Let's give you a cool angle. My thumb's in the way, I realise. There we go, and hopefully that's quite a good view for you when I can end that. There we go. Right, so it's time to set off. So we're going to take this, make sure that the brakes are on, which they are, 100% brakes. We're going to take off the brake lock. And here we go, ladies and gentlemen. It's time for our first flight. Our first flight in VTOL. Let's do this. Full speed. I'm going to build it up slowly. Release the brakes. And control it down the centre. And as we pick up some speed, I'm going to increase. And at 156, our speed is just behind. Now we're going to go full power now. Rotation. And there we go, we are up.
Landing gear.
Flaps to zero, landing gear up.
Now gently steer your nose up to about 20 degrees and keep climbing.
20 degrees, okay, that's 5. That's 10. 15. 20. Current airspeed is 586.
Let's practice with the basic flight controls. Rotate the joystick left or right to roll towards your target. Rotate the joystick forward or back to pitch your nose towards it. This icon on the heads-up display shows your velocity vector, which is the direction you're actually moving.
Okay. So now we are up in the air, and this feels really, really good. So let's bank over now. And of course, in virtual reality, what's awesome about this is the ability to be able to look around. And with this, with the headset on, it actually does feel like I have got a helmet on here, which you won't obviously see in the view here. As we bank around, the ability to just look is just amazing. It's like track IR, but 1,000 times better. So I don't know whether we're on the right speed here. I'm just going to knock it down. And you can see the flight vector there in front of us coming round. So I'm going to bank this around slowly. And we can see our vertical speed. We're actually going down there. That's our altitude, heading. Tilt is the engines at the back. Our speed, how many G's we're pulling. And I'm not sure what M is, actually. Or the infinity sign, which is 3. I don't know what that is, actually. So we're going to come down slightly here. As we look out the windows, it just looks fantastic. If I let go there, you can see we can look over and we can see the front of the let's get that there. So we are coming down now quite fast, actually.
Fly over to the next waypoint.
Okay, let's bank quite hard here. Hopefully we're pulling 4 Gs now. I don't know how many Gs we can actually pull before we blank out. And our altitude is dropping, but we're still at 5,000 feet, so we should be okay. So it looks like we're going to be pulling around now into the sun. And we also have the option to put this on, which is kind of like a sun visor, I think. Let's just bring this around. Incidentally, here on the index, the resolution is beautifully sharp, absolutely no issues whatsoever. It looks, obviously it's not quite DCS world, but this is running really smoothly, and I'm recording 2 screens at the same time. So our airspeed is at 420. Let's just get you around here. Altitude is rising, so let's just get this up here.
Great flying. Now let's try landing at the airbase. Start your landing at the next waypoint.
So let's just
Bring your speed down as you approach it. This will be a conventional landing on the runway.
Okay, so we're just going to level it off a little second there. I have tried this many times and I've crashed every single time, so don't expect this to go very well. If I can just change some settings here. That should give you a different view of what we're actually looking at here. So you can see the aircraft there, and that should give you a different random view of what we're actually looking at. In fact, we'll leave that on random as I come back in and see if I can do this. So last time I did this, I crashed and burned straight into the runway, and our airspeed is probably going to be way too much. As we come round to the runway here, let's get around nice and sharp. There we go. Bank her back up. I think we're as we're heading over this way, actually we're dropping our speed, and there we go. Let's bring her up a little bit. Let's just get her down a little bit. I don't want to lose too much speed. There we go. As you can actually see over on our left there, that is where we're heading there, and that over there, that is the flight path that we want to be taking. So really, we want to be knocking some more speed off here, and we want to be reducing our height, I think, quite a lot. So we'll get the brakes on to take some of that off, and eventually we will be getting the flaps on as well. Let's bring that back round as we come in, and then we will get the flaps on and the landing gear. We need to be down at 292, currently at 406, so we're going to have to bring that down, and I'm going to bring the throttle down even more. And there's our vector, that's where we're aiming for over there. Can we do this? This is the question. No pressure here at all. First video, come on, can we do it? Alright, so our speed is still too high. Let's get some more air brake on here. This seems really slow. And what we're going to do is we're going to get some flaps on, and we'll get the landing gear down. We are way too far off the runway here. We should be further over to the left. We've messed this up, I think. Yeah, we have messed this up. I may have to do a flyby, but we'll try it. Speed is still too much. Let's get that speed down, Here we go, our first landing in VR. Come on, we're going to have to... Oh, we might do it. Bring her up, bring the nose up. Get that brake on. Oh shit, I've put some throttle on by accident. Come on. Oh shit, that's bad. Bad landing.
Down the runway. Throttle down and carefully apply brakes.
Oh, that was an extremely bad landing, but you know what? We're down. We're down. There we go. Whew.
Congratulations. This concludes the basic flight tutorial. Next time, we'll make use of the tilting engines and practice vertical takeoffs and landings.
Oh, might help forget the engine lock on. But there we go. As you can see, show flight log. Basic mission, it took us 18 minutes to actually do it, and beaming actual landed at unknown. Well, there you go. We've actually done it. That's the first one, actually, that we've managed to do. And actually, does that turn that off? That's what that's for. As you can see, it brings down the visor, and I actually get the control for the weapon system, which is over there. And also, if I put this on, that is the night vision, which is going to be blinding, of course, but we will be doing night missions as well. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is the first mission done. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did, and if you'd like me to do some more, let me know in the comments box below. But in the meantime, I can't do thumbs up, it won't let me. Peace out. I'll see you in another video coming in soon. Into the danger zone.